where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And I want to talk about the importance of getting on the phone with women. First of all, guys, y'all want to rush to the point. A lot of you dudes want to bag a female, and y'all want to text the female, and y'all want to go on no dates, y'all don't want to have no phone conversation, and you just want to come through, and you just want to bang cakes. Let me tell you something. First of all, not only is that not going to work a lot of the time, but the women that does work with, you got a high probability that your dick going to fall off. Or it's going to come back looking like the back of a Nestle Crunch bar. Neither one of those things that we want to happen. There's a very important reason why you should be calling girls, okay? And I'm about to break that down right now. Number one, you're doing vetting, okay? A lot of you dudes, I've never really had a bad date. Pretty much never. I've never had a disaster date. I've had some that were kind of boring, but I've never had a disaster date. You know why I've never had a disaster date? Because I call and or FaceTime women before I go on a date with them. Okay? Why? Because I want to see if she has a brain. I want to see if she can hold a conversation. I want to see if she's actually interested, if I'm actually interested in her. I want to get some type of vetting going on. When you just go out on a date with a goddamn woman, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into other than whether or not she's attractive. Now, you don't really got to FaceTime them. The only time it's necessary to FaceTime them is if you met them on like a dating app or something like that. If you met them in real life, you can just call them. There's no reason to FaceTime them. But either way, you want to make sure, like I said, this woman's actually cool, she's actually dope, she's actually fun, she can actually hold a conversation. You want to make sure the interest level is there, which, believe it or not, you can tell through the phone how high the interest level is. You can tell that, okay? And it's going to indicate how many bad dates you have by getting them on the phone, okay? Reason number two, you always want to call them. It turns the comfort level up, okay? If you are trying to bang the cakes fast, one of the quickest ways to do that is by initiating a phone conversation before you go on a date, because that's giving her the chance to get comfortable. It's more likely she's going to let you pick her up, okay? Which, if you watch my other video, and I discussed the importance of picking a woman up for a date versus meeting her somewhere. You talk to her on the phone, you give her a chance to get comfortable, it's a lot more likely she's going to allow you to pick her up. And even if you're not trying to do dates, let's just say you're trying to smash. You're like, I ain't trying to take her nowhere. Still, it's a lot more likely that you're going to get there a lot faster if you talk on the phone with her, and she's going to be like, oh, okay, you can come through. It's going to happen a lot faster, okay? Third, yeah, women have their phone in their hand all day. I know people always make that argument. Women have their phone in their hands all day, so they should be texting you back. But you got to realize, and I'm guilty of this as myself, as a businessman, okay? I reply to texts in the order of importance, and I reply to texts when I'm willing to reply to text, when I'm wanting to reply to text. I don't even turn my notifications on to text messages because I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to reply to them right away. Why am I saying all that to you? A lot of times a girl give you her number. She don't even save you in her phone until you either bang the case or y'all go on one or two successful dates, okay? So you just literally a phone number texting her. She gonna reply to her friends first. She gonna reply to her job first. She gonna reply to her family first. She's gonna reply to so many people first before she replies to you. And then when she does reply to you, now it's like an hour or two later. Now you probably ain't seen it for 5 to 30 minutes. Then you reply. The conversation momentum is going to get ruined. Now I'm not going to be able to continue any interesting conversation because there's going to be all these gaps in responses because of the fact that there's no urgency. There's no sense of urgency behind the text. See, once you talk on the phone and she establishes that she likes you beyond the physical, now there's an urgency to the text. That's when they start texting you all the time. That's when they start replying fast because now you're in that circle, you're in that loop, you like a group text. Your text message actually matters. But when you just texting, like I said, you just got the number, you like, oh, I'm about to just start texting, that doesn't work. The urgency is not going to be there. There's a good chance you might not get a reply at all. If you call, the likelihood the phone's not going to get answered is slim to none. If you text, right, and like I said, you're not saved in that phone 9 out of 10 times, she might not even reply to you. Women have a whole lot of unanswered text messages. It boosts their head up and makes them feel good about themselves, okay? But irregardless of all that, okay, like I said, you're not a pen pal. This is not prison. You want to talk on the phone. Now, you don't want to talk on the phone that damn long. Alright? Because you want to make sure your first conversation is only like 10 to 20 minutes, okay? You want to make sure that first conversation is only like 10 to 20 minutes because you don't want to set the standard that you're going to be sitting on the phone all goddamn day. Now, don't get me wrong. If you get on the phone, y'all really vibing, y'all having a good conversation, then yeah, you could push it a little bit longer. I'd still get out of there in about 20 minutes, to be honest with you, because the first time you do anything is very important. And if you stay on the phone with her for like 30, 40 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, that very first time, and especially if it's a good conversation, that's going to set an expectation in her head that you should be doing that all the time. And what's going to happen is when you stop doing that, she's going to take that as a lack of interest, or you playing games, or you talking to someone else, when the reality is you just don't really have time to do that on a consistent basis. So I wouldn't push it past 20 minutes, honestly, no matter how good the conversation is. But 10 minutes at the least. But the point is, you want to get some kind of ground in there. You want to get some kind of bear in there. Alright? So guys, that's pretty much it. That's the wrap for that. You want to talk on the phone. Don't be a weirdo. Alright? To me, dudes who text all day, like I said, we're not in jail. It's not pen pals. Stop texting. Stop penning letters. Get her ass on the phone. Go ahead and break that barrier. Breaking the phone conversation barrier is almost as important as breaking the touch barrier. Okay? It all leads to that comfort level, to the point where now you got her submitted and she eating out of the palm of your hand. Okay? So make sure you're picking up the phone. You're making that phone call. I'm Alex. I'm out. Peace.